tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Good morning or good afternoon, all of you fierce and fabulous fans of America's Next Top Model. I am your host, Tony Moore, with the ANTM Cycle 22 Elimination Roundup. Today, shockingly, we have not one, but two eliminations that happened. And the first eliminated contestant that we're going to talk to is the very long-haired, blue-eyed, handsome model himself, Mr. Bello Sanchez. How are you, sir?
Good. Now, a lot better now that I'm talking to you and that you introduced me that way. Thank you.
You are welcome. Well, first of all, I want to start off by congratulating you because we have met occasionally, like throughout the years, and I was very happy to see that you were on America's Next Top Model. So congratulations to you.
Thank you, and congratulations to you because I've also seen you, like I said, come up from a while before. So I'm glad that you're doing and pursuing what you like to do. So congratulations to you.
Thank you. Well, you know, like anyone else, the LA struggle and hustle is real. So we are all trying to do what we can to get at least a pinky toe into this industry. So
yeah, that is so true.
So before, had you ever tried out for America's Next Top Model before, or was this your first time?
Not officially. Tyra, she uses Instagram a lot in her social media, so I tagged a photo of me smiling, and she reposted it and said I had good takes, but no, not officially. No.
Yeah. So what gravitated you towards the show? Because I know when they first announced that guys were now allowed to be on the show, I was like, yes. And then I realized I had aged out, even though I don't look it. But what gravitated you to go ahead and just pursue this?
Well, I had a lot of support before the show. I had a few fans here and there, maybe like 10 or 12, but I had a few supporters, and they would send me the link to the CW network and said, you know what, this cycle, it's for the third time, there's going to be guys and girls, you should try out. So I did. So they literally motivated me to try out. They literally sent it to me, and I went the same day.
It's always good to have people in your corner because, especially being in this industry, you have to have those supporters. So I'm glad they sent you that link because now look at you. You are like smizing and giraffing and owling and horsing all on TV now. Yeah.
So, what about a little brown boy from Boston?
Right. So, how was did you have any expectations going into this? Because, I'm pretty sure you've watched America's Next Top Model and were familiar with it before going on. Like, what were your thoughts going into this? Did you think, did you have a strategy as it was somewhat pointed out, and we'll touch on that a little bit more? Did you just kind of go in with, no expectations, just, there for the experience? What was your initial thoughts going into this experience?
Well, no, I didn't have any strategy. I don't know where that came from. I think that individual actually spoke to me about that person's strategy, so I was confused by that, just as much as everybody else was.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a strategy. I was just very honest and very in the moment. And if I had to say I had a strategy, which I didn't, it would just be pay attention. Listen to what these people are telling you. Yeah. Listen to what Tyra Banks is telling you, what Yusai is telling you. Kelly Gatron, Miss J, listen to what they're telling you and learn from them because you're not going to have this experience or this moment ever again in your life.
Yeah.
So if that's a strategy, then I guess that's what it is.
Yeah, because and you know, we all watched it yesterday. So Hadassah kind of called you out and said that you had some sort of strategy, but also kind of said that you felt drawn to the drama because there has been a lot of drama that has happened in the house. How did you feel about that? Because I know, as I've spoken to other eliminated contestants, you guys are now seeing what was said kind of behind the scenes. So what's your take on that thought, and were you gravitated to the drama in the house?
I'm gravitated to winning, and I'm
Right.
gravitating to money, and I'm
Yeah.
gravitating to opportunity. So that's the only thing I'm gravitating to.
Right.
So that was pretty new to me. You can talk to the top 14, the other 13 models, and I did not like drama. I actually stayed away as much as possible. They can tell you I ignored everybody in the house towards the end. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was done with it.
Yeah.
Now, if you come for me, you're going to wish you didn't, because I'm coming right back at you, and that's the problem. I'm very
Yeah.
outspoken, but you've met me before.
Yeah.
I'm very quiet and laid back. I'm very, very quiet. Now, if you step on my toes, I'm going to have to cut your toes off. That's how I am. That's my personality. But, you know, as far as what Hadassah said, yeah, it was a little heartbreaking. Hadassah was my best friend in the house, and we were very, very close. Actually, I stayed in New York Fashion Week with her. We were both working, so
Yes.
congratulations to her. She's getting her money. She's doing her thing. And, you know, and so am I. So it was a little baffling because I'm a very honest person, and I said, hey, guys, is there anything that you guys think that if I see on TV I'm not going to like? Let me know before I find out. No, I didn't say anything, but you're good. So it was surprising.
Yeah.
She made a comment about not wanting to come to my defense because she didn't want to be wrapped up in my drama.
Right.
But I did for her, and you could see it when she tried to leave the show several times, behind the scenes and on the camera, which you guys, you know, saw like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I was always in her corner saying, do not go, do not leave. When Mame was about to drag her out of the shower, I, you know, hugged Mame to calm her down and said no. When Devin was, you know, flinging his hands around her face, I grabbed him, even though we didn't like each other. I grabbed his wrist and put it down.
Yeah.
Because I will get involved in the drama for you because you're my friend and I'm loyal to you.
Right.
So that was just a surprise to see that, and it hurt, but it's okay. It's life.
Right. Speaking of the other people in the house, you said that you were very close to Hadassah, and we have seen that. But right off the bat, in the beginning, you and Devin went at it. Like, has your relationship with him, Devin?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, you pulled the Mariah J-Lo. I don't know her. So then, well, then that answered my question as far as like if any amends have happened, but we'll just say a prayer for him, give it to God, and keep on moving. What about Mikey? Because last night we did see that you guys kind of started over, you know, because you had a rough spot with him. Have things improved with him? Are you guys okay? Are you chill?
We're good. Yeah, I saw him actually too in New York Fashion Week. There were only like 6. Actually, there were 7 of us, I think, total that were working in New York Fashion Week. So he was one of them. I commend him. I commend any person who can put their differences aside with you and say, you know what, I messed up, I screwed up, and apologize. It takes a very big person to do that.
Yeah.
And in that moment, he was a big person. So kudos to Mikey for doing that. And you know, we're not the best of friends, but you know, I can see him on the catwalk, on the red carpet, and be cordial with him.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Because, I mean, you know, you all have shared in this same experience. There's not many people that have this experience with you guys. So, you know, it's always good to at least just be cordial and say, you know, hello, how are you? You don't have to go to each other's house and do each other's toenails, but you can at least say hi. Speaking of New York Fashion Week, congratulations on New York Fashion Week. I spoke to Ava last week, and she mentioned that you guys had all worked together. How was that to be a part of New York Fashion Week, which is like huge?
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, I've done New York Fashion Week before. I've been doing it for 4 years. I didn't really talk about it on the show because I didn't want that to define me or how many offers I had for agencies. But
Right.
I've done New York Fashion Week before. I've done Style Week. I've done LA Fashion Week. But this year it was exciting because a lot of people recognized me and they knew who I was. So it kind of switched it up a little bit for me, and that's what made it exciting for me. But it was amazing, and it was so good seeing so many people that I knew from the show continued to work and use the platform that was given. This is why we're on America's Next Top Model. This is what Tyra wanted. There's not one top model. There's not Psycho 22. No, there's 14 top models. There's 14 winners if we want to win. You know what I mean? So it was amazing for me to be able to see 7 or 8 of us go to New York Fashion Week and do our thing. It was great.
That's so huge, and especially now during this time, like I'm sure, you know, you've worked in fashion, you know, I've seen you at shows and stuff many a times, but I think coming into this now off of Top Model, I mean, that has to be such a huge blessing for you and for people to recognize you and know who you are. Is that strange for you now, for people to know you from Top Model? Any strange encounters yet?
I've had a lot of strange encounters. Actually, I was hosting an event at the Web Republic over at Las Vegas. I hosted something with JJ Hardwell and Harris. So I was in the pool, and there was this one girl who got so excited, and she literally grabbed me. She almost drowned me. She socked me in the face by accident. She couldn't control herself. She's like, "You're Bello from America's Next Top Model. I know who you are." So, you know, the excitement with a little bit of alcohol got a little scary for one moment.
That's team too much.
You know, nevertheless, that was the most strangest experience that I dealt with
now,
so far.
Diving in more into the show, I always like to ask people, and I asked you this when I saw you last time, and I did notice it last time. Now you got the hair for days. Do you still have the hair for days?
Yeah. To the booty, past the booty, like Tyra said. Yes, I have the hair, and I'm going to continue rocking it. It's 34 inches. You know, I made a mistake on the show. I said it was $1,000. That's how much it was to install on my head. The hair, actually, that Tyra Banks got me was 34 inches, and it was $3,000.
Shut up. So, that is a lot. Listen,
yes, I still have that on.
If I were you, I would preserve, keep, wash, dry, set, condition. Like, I'll just have a hair day just to keep that hair for as long as I could.
Yes, heck yes. Yeah, hell yes. Yeah.
Now going into the makeover challenge, because there's always tears, there's always fuss, people don't want to do this and that. Did you think there was any chance that they were going to cut your hair?
You know what? I wasn't nervous and I didn't care. I mean, I you know, somebody who drove around the country with their last, you know, rent money that they don't even have completed. I don't care what you do to my hair. Give me a mohawk. Make me bald. It doesn't matter. I can always buy a new wig. You know what I mean? So I don't care. Whatever you want with me, and let's go. So I didn't know what they were going to do. I actually thought that I would have Courtney's look, which was the gray hair, the gray ombre hair, or the shaved side, which was Hadassah's look. But I was prepared. I wasn't worried, to be honest with you. I didn't care.
And see, I always feel like as a contestant, you, first of all, you know that the makeover is going to come. And like, you just need to be open to whatever look is going to happen. Like, people get in there and they start crying because their hair is going to get cut, or, you know, their hair is getting colored. Like, it's just change. And I know that change is obviously hard, but you getting a free makeover. Like, I say this to every person. I wish Tyra Banks would walk in right now and say, you get a tie over. I'm like, do what you want. Like, if you want to give me extensions, if you want to color it, if you want to make me blonde, whatever you want to do, because it's about to be free and I can change it.
Let's be honest. To have Tyra sit there and look at your picture and say, you know what, I think this is what's going to make your career pop off.
Yeah.
Hell yes. How much? For free? You're telling me that for free? Or do I have to pay you? Like, I'll pay you to tell me that, Tyra. So we all need to be aware of who's giving us this advice and why. If this is what she thinks can make our career go off, let's take that into consideration. It's a show. We know what to expect. We've seen this for 22 different cycles. Why are we so confused? Did you not? I mean, I was just so confused why anybody would be surprised of getting their hair chopped off or anything. I mean, I still get it. It's your hair. It's your personal, you know, attachment. But you probably shouldn't have came on Top Model then. Exactly,
because you're not gonna walk out the same person with the same look or anything. So you might as well expect that going into this competition. So we saw we saw last night that the Vine challenge, and you were paired with the unmentionable Devin and Courtney. How did you feel? How did you feel about that pairing? Because I know you kind of were like, "Oh boy, here we go." Like, what were your thoughts and struggles during that challenge?
Well, you know what? I mean, obviously, I wasn't a fan of that, but in that moment, I was a professional first. I mean, and so was Devin. Let me be perfectly clear. Devin was a professional 100%.
Good.
For him to work with me when he happily hates me, kudos to him. For me to work with him in that moment when I didn't really like him, kudos to me. For Courtney to work with two people who hate each other, kudos to her. You know what I mean? So kudos to all of us in that moment.
Yeah.
And I think that we all executed, and it doesn't matter how we did at the end. It doesn't matter that we had the lowest challenge score. We all were professionals at the end of the day, and we got the job done.
Now, what happened with the video? Because all of a sudden y'all had it going, and then you said, "I think I deleted the video." I said, "Oh, what happened?"
Well, first, you know, I deleted the video. I took ownership, and I think I did a great job at executing that because nobody else really did.
Yeah.
So I took ownership, and we had 2 minutes, I think, left.
Yeah.
By the time I had deleted the video.
Yeah.
So for us to be able to run, that was a big school. For us to be able to run from like the 5th floor to the 2nd floor to the east side, from the west hallway, I think we did an amazing job, and we redid the whole video. So Slack, I think we could have got a couple points extra just for that, for having to remake it. But it was an accident. The Oppo phone, Oppo is sponsoring us, and I'm actually speaking to you from the Oppo phone, which I love. It's my favorite phone.
Go ahead, plug.
But anyway, it was a new phone and new system for me to get used to.
Right.
So I didn't understand Oppo. I don't have a Vine. I mean, I have one now, but I still don't understand Vine.
Yeah.
So it was two new things at once that I had to deal with.
Right.
And, you know, I was creative director. I was telling people what to wear, how to look. I was giving people their lines, you know, and I was also the cameraman.
Yeah.
So somebody else could have taken something away from me if they wanted to. So I deleted it, and I wish somebody would have said something.
Yeah. Now, and then we also had the challenge of the Thai dolls. And how did you feel about that challenge going into that challenge? Because your look was great as the like androgynous type of a doll. Were you worried about it? During the shoot, did you lose confidence? Like what happened during your shoot?
I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to keep it 100%. I was very excited for the photo shoot. Tyra came in looking amazing in a yellow box, and she said, make sure that she taught us how to have our joints and how to have our hands and how to smile and have our facial expressions. And then she said, go. Now, I've never seen a punk doll smile, and I've never seen a punk doll, smile with his lips or have the perfect Barbie hands. No, so I do think that, I had the hardest one out of everybody else because I had to incorporate myself. Punks, when you think of a punk star, they're giving facial expressions, they're showing their teeth, they're growling, their eyes are a little bit bigger, their hands, they do that, a punk rock star, when you put I think it's your pinky and your index finger up. Yeah. So I did all that on my own. Yeah. Nobody told me how to do that. Yeah. So I feel kind of like, well, damn, if I would have done what everybody else was doing and what we were taught to do, I wouldn't have executed the theme correctly. So I was a little, baffled by that, but I mean, it is what it is, and I don't have anything else to say about that part, but.
Well, and then we go into the elimination and find out that not one, but two people were being eliminated. Did you guys find out about it right then in that moment? And if you did, like, how did you feel? Because, coming off of the Vine challenge, and then this challenge, like, what were your thoughts after you heard that there was going to be a double elimination?
I didn't feel anything, to be honest. I'm like, oh, snap, two people are going home, bye. Because I did have good feedback, and there were a few people who had worse feedback than I did. So I was not expecting to be the one that was sent home off of that. But I get it, that plus, the 7, I think that it was that we got with the challenge score, that combined, is what sent me home, not the picture. I didn't
Right.
have the worst photo. The challenge is a very important part of it. It's not just best photo. It's combined.
Yeah.
Those 2 points combined
Yeah.
are really important. So I didn't leave because I had the worst picture. I left
Exactly.
because I didn't do so great in the challenge. So
Yeah.
I didn't blame anybody for that. But in that moment, I'm like, okay, well, I have a good picture compared to a lot of other people, so I'm not worried.
Mm-hmm.
But afterwards, I'm like, oh, damn it, it was the challenge scores.
Yeah. It kills me to see the like how close it was, to know that it was only like 0.5 of you know, that separated you
Yeah.
from probably being there and going home. It's just kind of one of those moments where you're like, really? Like, it couldn't have been a whole point. Like, it could have been 2. Like, it has to be that close.
Right.
I did like your look though in
Yeah, it was
elimination.
close.
I was like, okay, turban and jacket and pants. I was like, okay, I like that. Kudos to you for the look during the elimination. Hair was flowing nice. That was good.
Yeah, they worked really hard on my looks.
Now,
Yeah, they definitely worked really, really hard on my looks. I appreciate that.
good. What was your favorite challenge during this cycle of Top Model?
My favorite challenge. Hold on, the challenge or photo shoot?
Photo shoot. Sorry.
You said either?
The photo shoot. Which photo shoot was your favorite?
Gosh, I'm trying to go over everything in my head. My favorite photo shoot would have to be, I guess I'll say the no filter one, because there were so many that it's kind of difficult to go back and try to remember everything.
Yeah.
But I love the no filter one. It was us raw, and we had to make it work, and that for me was very fun. It's hard. My pose, it looks like it was easy, but I had to sit on the edge of a sharp box and keep my foot down, balance on that somehow, throw my hair. I didn't have a fan. I was throwing my hair to the wind.
Right.
I had to throw my hair, make sure it was a good angle. I had to make my shoulders look wider. That shot was not easy.
Yeah.
And because it was 100% real and not touched, that to me was one of my favorite photo shoots that we've had.
Oh yeah, because I mean, to still be captured like naturally and still look great, like kudos to you. Because there's some people who are like, I can't do this no filter because I need every filter that you have right now. I enjoyed that picture too. That was a great shot of you. So kudos to you for that. Leaving, what did you gain and learn from this experience, especially being in front of like, you know, Tyra and Kelly and Miss J? What did you learn from them and from this experience?
I learned to continue going. You know, it's something that I already knew, that I always had to take risks, but they validated all my risks, and they validated who I was, and they commended me for that. So I learned that I was on the right path, and that there's more, and that it's not the end, and that this is just the beginning. This is just chapter 1. So I learned to refocus, and sometimes I have to bring it back a little bit and make sure that the passion inside of me stays.
Yeah.
So that's what I learned. I learned that, and I'm very appreciative. Again, I know I've said that 100 times, but I really do mean it. I really am happy for the opportunities that Tyra gave me. I'm really appreciative for the realness. Miss J is so straight up. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So is Kelly. You know, Yusai. I really appreciate seeing these people that I've looked so much into on TV giving me feedback. I can't even begin to even write an appreciation letter. That's how I wouldn't know what to write down.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy and honored that they believed in me.
That's amazing. Now, we see that you guys all come back next week. So is this, can you give any insight as to like, or tidbits for next week? Like, is this like the comeback challenge? Like, are you all coming back? Is someone going to stay? Like, what's going to happen? Any teasers you can give us?
What I can say is that I'm not playing with these people right now. That's what I can say. So it's going to be kind of intense, and that's all I can say. But it'll be very fun. It's a huge twist. It's something that's never happened before, and it's fun. I can't wait for people to tune in. Oh,
well, we can't wait either. Before we wrap things up, I wanted to give you another congratulations because I saw a little tweet that you are now a fashion contributor for Us Weekly. Is that correct?
That is 100% correct.
Yay.
And I'm so excited for it, and I'm so blessed. And that's not even the end of it. That's just one thing that I'm able to speak on right now. But I'm literally like shaking right now because I have so many like little new presses to release, and I can't legally.
Yeah.
But that's just the beginning. So yes, Us Weekly, every couple weeks you'll see me talking about fashion on there. So yeah.
That is awesome. Well, congratulations on that. Well, thank you so much for calling in and sharing your experiences for ANTM Cycle 22. Before we head out, because I know that you have a lot more in store and a lot more announcements to make, where can people find you, follow you, like you on social media?
Well, Tony, I'm glad you asked. They can find me on Bello Sanchez, Bello Sanchez on Instagram, Bello Sanchez on Twitter. On Facebook, I am Bello ANTM. But I'm Bello Sanchez on everything, Snapchat, Periscope, everything. And again, for those people who may not speak Spanish, it's B as in boy, E-L-L-O. So it's Bello Sanchez if you're reading it.
Yes.
So that's where they can find me.
Awesome. Well, I wish you nothing but continued success. I know that the road definitely doesn't end here. You are a hustler, you are talented, and you are definitely going to go far. So kudos to you and congratulations, and move forward.
Thank you so much. And same thing to you, Tony. Congratulations, and I can't wait. I see big things happening for you, and I'm glad that throughout the years, we're both seeing each other grow. So
yes.
Cheers to that, and I'll see you soon, hopefully.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Bye, Tony.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this ANTM Cycle 22 Elimination Roundup. But stay tuned, because remember, there was not one but two people eliminated, and we will be on the line with the lovely Miss Courtney herself right after this. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony, or my website, loungingwithtony.com. See you in a second.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.